All right, so for these examples, you should probably have your worksheet rules up so you can understand what's going on. I'll flip back and forth between them. But here we're gonna look at the measurement that's given, and we're gonna determine how many significant figures are in each measurement and what rule has been applied for that. The first one is we've got 0.0380 centimeters. This is a fractional value, right? So the first thing we notice is rule number 3 deals with fractional values. We find the non-zero digit, the first non-zero digit that has the highest place value, and count it in the digits to the right. So our first non-zero value, we got 380. So we got 1, 2, 3. This is 3 significant figures, and we apply rule number 3. 75,000 meters. Now let's look at our rules here. Rule number 1 and 2 are for numbers greater than 1. Rule number 1 specifically talks about decimal points, right? And rule number 2 talks about numbers without decimal points. So we don't have a decimal point here, right? We've got 75,000 meters, no decimal. So we're going to use rule number 2. Locate the non-zero digit that has the lowest place value and count it in all the digits to its left. So the lowest place value here, non-zero digit, is the 5. And so we've got 1, and then to the left is 2. So we've got 2 significant figures, and that's rule number 2. So just notice here, no decimal. No decimal. All right, now we've got 25.8 liters, and that one actually has a decimal. So it's rule number 1. The number is greater than 1 and has a decimal point. Count all the digits as significant. So here we've got 25.8 liters. 1, 2, 3. 3 significant figures, and that's rule number 1. All right, I'm not going to flip back to the rules for these next 2. This one is just like this one up here, number 2. So we've got 6,005 square centimeters. This is basically rule number 2. No decimal place for a number that's greater than 1, greater than or equal to 1. And I'm going to find the non-zero digit with the lowest place value, right? So that's 5. So we're going to count to the left of that. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So 6,005 square centimeters. And that's 4 significant figures. Finally, we have here 75,000 point meters. This is with a decimal point, so this is similar to, this is from rule number 1. It's a non-zero, greater than 1, greater than or equal to 1 value, and it's got a decimal point. So we're going to count all the values here. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 significant figures, because that decimal point is on the end, indicating that that is a significant figure. All right, let's see. This wants us to round each of the following measurements to a value that only has 2 significant figures. And obviously be sure to carry the unit along. So again, this is a fractional value, kind of like the fractional value up here. Right now we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 significant figures. We want to round it to 2, so we're going to go 0.00. What do we got? We got 653, right? So that 3 is below 5. We're going to just leave it as 0.65. So that's 2 significant figures. Here we've got 1, 2, 3 significant figures, right? So we've got 3 sig figs to go to 2. Let me just write out my zeros. 0.123 zeros. We got 959. Well, If we round to 2 significant figures, that 9 is going to round the 5 up to 6. So we've got 9, 6 here. 647 meters. This is not a zero or not a decimal point. So we've got 1, 2, 3 significant figures. This is based on rule number 2. So we've got 3 sig figs, and we want to go to 2. And we've got to round it, right? I forgot to carry the unit. These are seconds. This is in meters. So here we've got 650 meters. So that's 2 significant figures from 3 significant figures. All right, here's another one, 82,500. This is similar to 647. It's rule number 2. Here we've got 1, 2, 3 significant figures, and we want to go to 2. So we're going to go 80,000. Now what are we going to do? This is a 5. We're going to round this up. So we're going to get 83,000 meters. So again, you would round if you have if you're at the end of a calculation and one of your starting values had less significant figures in your calculation. So here again, we've got 3 significant figures. 5, 3, 2, no decimal place, right? Rule number 2. We're going to take that to 2. When we round this, we've got a 5 and a 3. This 2 is going to become a 0, so we've got 530 meters. And that's how you determine number of significant figures using the rules and how you round.